So, I think everyone can have a good relationship. And I got bitten by a werewolf who happened to be a life coach. So now I feel like my energy is just compelled to do that. So I want to share a couple things, just a couple things that I was thinking about. Instead of making you sit here, like watch me instead of having a real one-to-one conversation. Everybody hates just watching someone talk. Monologuing is so last. Whatever that was, right? I went to a performing arts school like for a few years, but that part of my life, experience, existence, beingness is totally over. Anyway, I wanted to talk about relationships. It's better just to like be what the other person needs. Like if you're really meant for them, then you'll always just be what they need and you're perfect for each other. So don't try to have relationships with people who don't want to give you the best, and because then you'll become a person who isn't that person that wants to be there, right? So you don't want to sit there and be a suicidal person. You don't want to be a sad person. You don't want to be a depressed person. You don't want to be the all the little Deva babies. I see you. So you don't want to fucking do that. You have to wait. I know, I got bit. I literally felt like a bite on this werewolf life coach. Alright, I have to be a life coach for all these. You know everything though. Okay? You're Deva. You're Diva. You're Deva. You're Davy. Manifesting. In infinite. As I am that also. And we're all that. Right? So, one of the things I wanted to just remind you is it isn't the word patience, because you don't want to be too connected to the idea of like patience can have a double meaning. So it can be like the hospitals. It can be like you're secretly like submitting to something that's so parasitical. So you really don't want to say the word you have patience or anything like that. You want to say more like you are simply continual, right? Obviously, the Heros Gamos path is something that is choosing itself. That is what is choosing itself, right? Yeah. So it's doing it to everybody. And everybody's just like, cool, it's here. But I'll just say that I really did experience that. And I definitely didn't die. So there's no need to be a little too extra about it. Anyway, that shit was just being silly. But my mom was like, I don't want any boys. I was like, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I hope this was useful to anyone who was having any sort of need in any way.